You are chosen, naturally unique, knowing. It does not matter from what ancestry you have come, you must believe that it is good and great. Whatever your education, believe that you can be better as you gain more knowledge and understanding of the laws of life. Regardless of your appearances, you can improve yourself, be healthy, and enhance your image in your own unique way. It does not matter what religion or philosophy you adhere to, your spiritual knowledge and awareness can be cultivated to a new dimension where peace of mind and abundance is yours. You hold potential greatness, and it awaits you. You have been chosen to do great things and live a significant life. You have great talents from the universe, and it is a gift that must be nourished. Only good can come from growth. Sometimes change is difficult, but the reinvention or rebirth of your true purpose is available now. You must allow your assets and skills to be honed and sharpened. Do not die with your vision and talents unused. You are special, and you can be whatever you want within your reach and grow toward your true destiny, retooling your mind, purpose and benefits. Many seminars and retreats are so-called life-changing engagements. Some of these seminars are designed to do several things: to unwind and unplug from the world with like-minded people, to take time for self-analysis, evaluate progress and plan, to hear top speakers who address topics of interest on relationships, family, business, or success, to be involved in interactive group learning and discussions, to interrupt the ego and refocus on what is important, to learn to head toward your natural purpose or expression, to have professionals confront and challenge the attendee regarding their thinking, actions, or even insanity. Some retreats or seminars encourage group-guided fantasy or group-guided recall to help the attendee work through past experiences. The secret clubs, Illuminati, boot camps, warrior weekends, life training, or westernized Zen master-style retreats or seminars can help people develop a new awareness as to what is important. With the your face teachings and contractual discipline, these courses tend to focus on breaking your preconceptions to open your mind. If the leaders can create a willingness for change, they may interrupt your thinking for a moment of crucial clarity. This clarity is desired by the leaders so that the postulant can muster a change in thought or find a call to action or purpose in their life. Many of these programs may help people get an honest self-appraisal of themselves. With skilled leaders, attendees may find exactly what is holding them back without holding on to blame. Others may learn to transcend victimhood and the desire for sympathy. The overall goal of these training programs is to promote effectiveness and allow the breaking through of mental barriers. By breaking through, you become free to live and take action via becoming responsible. Read each law. Read the laws of the North, South, East, and West. Try and internalize these concepts and truths. By reading and contemplating these ideas, it can take your thinking and awareness to new levels of higher consciousness. Remember, the goal of this little book is to maximize your consciousness potentiality. 1. The law of strength and power. Mental strength is something earned. It takes willingness and effort to obtain potency. When we intentionally grow our latent powers, we are able to meet opportunities or challenges with preparedness. 2. The law of preparation and planning. A plan or objective is fundamental to the clarification of your desire. A large majority of people are afraid to specify what they intend to do. Transcending this fear and taking bold action upon your plans and strategies allows for the growth and manifestation of your idea into a reality. Preparing for your goals is fundamental, so plan what you are going to do and be very specific. Outline the steps needed and drive toward the desired outcome. Be prepared for outcomes that are as good as or even better than you desire. Know what you will do and prepare for any circumstance of importance. Be ready to act, engage, communicate, contemplate, and receive your good. 3. The law of cooperation. We must learn to cooperate with the spiritual energy of the universe. We, as students of metaphysics, realize that a harmonious relationship with our spiritual self creates a relationship of peace and success. We must clear ourselves mentally to create room for harmony and peace that fills our souls with constructive spirit energy. Then, we must develop a consciousness of cooperation, flow, and unity with spirit. 4. The law of modeling. Our external environment and our spiritual and physical interactions are important. If we associate with like minds of a spiritual nature who desire success, we can excel quickly. By seeking wisdom, we find insight and learn to be the best by learning from the best. Seek the company of those who are constructive. Project and act out the ideal image of yourself. Learn to reinvent yourself and grow toward your desired character. Avoid people who are destructive in their speech, mind, and actions. You should cultivate the most spiritual and healthy mental states, engage life, stay active and help others, and other people will help you in turn. 5. The law of thought energy. We think, therefore we create. We are builders of thoughts and ideas. What you think is radiated outward. Your thoughts attract like thoughts. Through constructive thinking, focus, concentration, action, gratitude, thanksgiving and praise, positive outcomes will be brought to you. Be very specific in your creative visualization and desires. You are a magnet for higher good if you nurture an attitude of harmony and abundance. When you engage a mentality of abundance and harmonious spiritual thinking, your mind will expand and increase when radiating love, prosperity and health. Thus, your powers of attraction will increase. The universe will send people to help you. It will be your job to select and allow them to assist you in a win-win relationship to expand your abundance where all can achieve a richer and fuller life through these ventures. 6. The law of intention. The courage to think what you want and to take action toward your objectives is the ultimate power. This ability may allow you to see in your mind's eye what it is you want and will do. This type of visualization and mental planning prepares you for each day's actions and work. In the present moment, we must do all we can toward our objectives. We cannot change yesterday or do tomorrow's work. We must use our mind and actions toward today's tasks and mission. 7. The law of desire. Desires are good and excellent. Desires bring focus on enriching your life and following your true direction. Cultivating desires into reality is vital for change, innovation, and improvement. You would not have a desire unless it was possible, but follow through on ideas where you have a solid sphere of possibility. An earnest and heartfelt desire is energized and empowered for success. 8. The law of self-reliance. You are to become rich in life. Spiritual abundance is yours. It is your birthright. Your sixth sense becomes available to you through your connection to spiritual abundance and prosperity. Your connection and harmony with the universe allows you to cooperate and co-create with the world. You will become self-reliant because you are moving closer to your true place, which is utilizing your unique and creative abilities. Your true place is your right livelihood, your labor of love. Your career and efforts will be further harmonized to become a wealth of opportunity and abundance in your personal and working endeavors. Remain committed to your dreams and your true self so that your given talents will unfold and multiply. 9. The law of love energy. Love is the quality of thought and emotion that will propel us into peace of mind and great success. Love all there is. Think about the people who have been kind to you, the creation all around you, the good that happens, the inventions for the betterment of humanity and the positive happenings around the world that occur every day. Learn to love all and love yourself, and then love will be attracted to you. Love is a form of gratitude, harmlessness, peace, kindness, and compassion. Thinking love and giving love will liberate you into the fourth dimension of thought. Think of how you have been blessed, protected, and guided throughout your life. 10. The law of optimum ideas and opulence. Thoughts of the best, thoughts of health, thoughts of harmonious relationships, thoughts of peace and thoughts of wealth will project into the world and mold your destiny. Health, beauty, confidence, and success are mostly a state of mind. For example, we have all seen average-looking superstars be regarded as beautiful. Thus, how we think and carry ourselves most definitely affects how we are perceived and how we feel from day to day. Wealth and opulence are keenly tied to worthiness. Sometimes our minds are too wrapped up in hoarding and therefore not circulating our abundance. Thus, it is sometimes good to simply act as if you were rich and play the part. At other times, it is best to treat yourself to something that you deserve, such as a vacation, new car, massage, hobby enhancement, clothes, ideal home, or tools for effective work. When you begin to respect yourself in a greater fashion, your body responds, and the world also responds. 11. The law of natural expression. To engage in life and head toward our true purpose is fundamentally important. People who relegate themselves to something that they do not want to do for their lifetimes are inhibiting their happiness and their potential service to humanity. The abundance of the world effectively provides for all of us in many ways. Each person must seek out what he or she wants from life, knowing that what is needed will be provided. Nobody is stopping us from following our dreams. We have the ability to consciously think and plan our future, and we have choices and an abundance of opportunity. Ask yourself what you want to be, with whom you want to be, and how and where you want to live. Think about the possibilities, the choices of jobs, careers, business ventures, and creative alternatives that you have presently and for the future. Imagine the real freedom that you have right now. Then, envision all of the great gifts and prospects that you have in your life. 12. The law of spiritual energy. We must learn the effective use of our spiritual and emotional energy. If we live in the past and dwell on wrongs in our lives, then our energy is dissipated in favor of the ills of yesterday. Do not blame your past for anything. You are capable of all things new. Your body and mind can be renewed altogether with continued metaphysical focus. If we use our thoughts and visualization toward our desired ideals and mix them with our constructive emotion, then we can move quickly toward what we want from life. Prolonged self-sabotages such as resentment, anger, hatred, and self-loathing will indeed inhibit our growth and happiness. Free your mind from self-tyranny by transcending the past, asking for forgiveness, making amends when appropriate, engaging in character development and self-appraisal, and contemplating atonement. Feeling grateful and focusing on thankfulness will invariably change your thinking, your vibration, and how you react to life. It will also charge your spirit with hope and the expectation of faith and opportunities. 13. The law of creative source. All things are possible with the source, which works in you and through you. We are all parts of the infinite power, a power ever carrying us up to higher, finer grades of being. Good is on your side. God is your partner in life. Your faith power will be induced through your harmonious and thankful mindset and action. Never underestimate yourself. Never speak with discouragement to others, and do not keep the habit of doubting opportunity and good. In Christianity, the Lord has the power to command the elements and quiet the storm. Your spirit, as a part of the great whole, has the same power that is only waiting for fruition within you. Christ revealed through the power of concentrated belief that he could turn that unseen element into the seen, and he could materialize abundance in the form of health, loaves, and fish. The word impossible has limits. Impossible is a typical response by others who may not know the potential of any situation. Thinking that dreams are unattainable is a common excuse not to do anything. Remember to ask yourself, why not do it, or why not try? 14. The law of regeneration. The body has many capabilities. It can grow, heal, renew, learn, and do great works. However, we must realize that rest and relaxation are vitally important to this growth and renewal. The body, or temple, is renewing itself daily with new cells and cleansing itself of the old. When we permit our body and soul to regenerate, it will do so quickly if we maintain spiritual harmony. There are rewards in having belief and a childlike faith. This expectant view regards all things as if they are possible. It provides a viable probability of success and happiness. Be open to an inflowing force of abundance. Allow yourself to change for the better. Take action and move forward toward your highest good. Remember that success is always a reasonable option through faith. Begin your day by taming your mind with spiritual and constructive thoughts. Feed your body, mind, and soul with the best food, information, and spiritual energy. Act, think, and be good to yourself and others. Ask and petition from your higher power all that you want. Hope and pray for the best to happen to everyone. Bless, praise, and be thankful for all things good. Empower yourself and your spirit with love, gratitude, kindness, harmonious thinking, harmless action, and serenity. Your needs will be met by the universe as long as you do not resist the gifts of abundance. 16. The law of positive energy. A new mental energy level is possible. It is a simple adjustment to the way we use our thought. Try not to complain for a whole day. Try to stop blaming, and quit making excuses for not doing what you desire. Your thoughts and character can be reinvented. You can be reborn. Your mind and thinking can transcend into a new constructive awareness. It takes effort, but anyone can do it. We must be persistent. In life or business, we must press on in mind to achieve the successful results that we desire. Each day is a new opportunity to engage several successful tasks with your higher vibration. 17. The law of focus. Energy should be directed and focused upon what you want to expand in your life. Negative focus can lead to frustration. Therefore, the concentration of your thoughts upon the best and being your best in mind and action can lead to a life of harmonious and effective living. Life will become easier when you can flow with it instead of resist it, and thus making an effective use of your decisions, time, and energy. Don't worry about what was. Instead, focus on what you want to become and how you can help others. Each day, engage in constructive tasks toward your dreams and building high character. 18. The law of spiritual economy. Economy has been addressed by the greats such as Ben Franklin, and it is documented in the ancient wisdom literature of early cultures. There must be a balance in efficiencies and effectiveness to create the right amount of effort and corresponding results. Make the best of your endeavors and constructively use your assets and talents. There is no need for haste or waste. You can be creative and successful without hurting anyone. You can help many. 19. The law of empathy. The ability to put yourself in the shoes of another will allow you to develop an understanding of others. We do not always know what other people are thinking or experiencing, thus we try to understand others' goals and challenges. Let your kindness and gentleness be known. Speak and act with confidence, strength and grace, and do not react to the world. Respond to it with poise and treat others in the ways that you would want to be treated. Learn to communicate and receive opportunities by first understanding what others are saying. 20. The law of harmonious relationships. Be connected with all that is good. Keep a harmonious relationship with the world through various strategies. Using gratitude for any of your gifts on a daily basis can grow your expectation of good and faith. It is much easier to be connected when you have set aside or removed destructive thinking, including resentment, jealousy, and other blocks and barriers. 21. The law of having. Mentally seeing and feeling the outcome or result as if you have it already is very important. It allows you to see the rewards, and it further facilitates feelings surrounding the outcome. Harvesting positive feelings about the outcome is very important to energize a desire, mission, visualization, and result. Have what you want in your mind and allow it to materialize. 22. The law of vision and mission. A vision is important in that you clarify the results of your long-term goals and your destination. A mission is important in that you can quantify and clarify the means that will be used to achieve the desired future outcome, which is part of the journey. The law of visualization and mental visualization of your objectives holds great importance. Seeing what you intend to do as if it is reality is a powerful mental exercise that is vital to the codification and building of the objective, so as to assist the manifestation of the result. Seeing exactly what you desire and intend causes you to specify your wants and desires. The stronger and longer you can hold your ideal in your mind's eye, the better. 24. The law of efficiency. Pointing your mental faculties toward the individual actions required to achieve a task, project, or goal results in effectiveness as long as your acts are efficient. Continuous and persistent thinking and action toward your work, goal, project, or desired outcome can funnel or intensify the energy in a specific direction. Completion and finalization of acts and tasks, one by one and in a successful manner, creates momentum toward an objective. 25. The law of boldness. Boldness in action create the spark that energizes an idea. Boldness is what may cause opportunity, serendipity of events, and is what will draw people to be attracted to you. Therefore, contemplation mixed with action is the optimal blended solution. 26. The law of cause and effect. Every action has a reaction. Types of actions and thoughts attract similar actions and thoughts. Kindness tends to bring kindness, respect tends to bring respect. Additionally, constructive thinking tends to bring constructive opportunities and events to the individual. 27. The law of increase. All mankind tends to be attracted to those who can bring more life or enrichment. If an individual projects life and opportunity, then he or she will attract similar minds. 28. The law of seeking wisdom. Wisdom is the ability to think something over, discuss it with others, or seek out counsel from those who understand or know the subject well. Thus, the use of lessons learned and opinions of experts is a valid consideration in thinking and acting. 29. The law of forgiveness and harmony. Cultivating love and forgiveness can dispel otherwise destructive thoughts. Great minds can look back on things they love or have loved, and they can reharness that emotion at will. This power is essential to continuing your path of positivity and growth. You may feel you have wronged many people. You may even feel guilty for past deeds or encounters. However, if you feel remorse and intend to act as a better person from now on, then you have made progress. In any event, your day-to-day action and character of goodness and kindness will build your positive energy where the world will protect you and serve you. 30. The law of self-regard. There is something very real in taking care of yourself and your affairs and in minding your own business. Your enhanced mind, body, soul, and financial affairs allow you to help those you love, and you can serve humanity in better ways. The greatest way to be of service to your loved ones is to make the best of yourself. 31. The law of gratitude. A sincere, heartfelt gratitude for life and its gifts will allow the flow of good to you. Systematic recognition of people or things to be thankful for may facilitate an expectation of good and growth of inherent faith. Integrating this confident expectation with your aspirations creates great power. 32. The law of response ability. Speaking of only positive things can attract opportunity and friends. Guarded speech can protect you from negative forces. Keeping your desires and goals close to you will keep the energy of the new ideas from becoming dissipated. Sharing your desires and goals with those who support, encourage, and assist you can be a constructive exercise and can help harvest constructive feedback. Be sure to focus communication with those who will support you in order to prevent negative force on your thoughts. 33. The law of creativity. Your creative power is your wealth. This gift is pure and free. Your mind allows you to develop ideas with no limits. Less educated people believe that competition causes a limited supply of creation and ideas. However, creativity always manifests abundance for all. As an example, an individual who creates a new cure to solve a health problem is not competing against the world, but is instead helping it. 34. The law of blessing and expansion. People seem to enjoy a greater state of well-being and success when they bless their relationship with the universe, bless their loved ones, bless their home, and give thanks for their health on a daily basis. 35. Law of detachment. When we become too attached or dependent on a potential result, we limit ourselves from the gifts of the universe. It is good to expect the best, but it is also smart to allow for something better to unfold. Thus, trying to control a specific outcome without any flexibility can inhibit the universe from its creativity. 36. Law of flow, receiving and giving. Many people from around the world feel unworthy of abundance, not valuing themselves, their service, their talents, or work. It is very important to learn to feel worthy, unique, and deserving of good. Moreover, you should become mentally open to receiving all good things in life. People should be careful to create ways to receive the good into their lives from the universe and from others, such as accepting a compliment from another person. Taking time to give money, service, or goods to divine recipients will create untold flow in your life. Life requires circulation of your ideas, your things, and your service. It is virtually guaranteed that your existence will be blessed and protected through your giving of yourself. You are not doing this to take advantage of the law. You do this to expand your spiritual way of life, keep the flow, and give back. Expecting something in return is not necessary because the universe will provide opportunity for you by your embracing this process. 37. The law of willingness. Willingness is the key to advancement. Be willing to take action, take a chance, or risk failure or embarrassment. Without willingness, you may never engage mental, spiritual, or physical action that leads to good. Willingness is a vital ingredient toward successful visualization, belief, action, planning, and success. Ask yourself, am I willing to believe, to try, to engage? Can it be done? Why or why not? 38. The law of causation. Root out the cause of your failures, your inconveniences, your frustration, and your mental or spiritual disabilities. If you have a problem, there may be a cause. If you injured yourself engaging in a specific activity, you may avoid this activity in the future, or you can better prepare for it next time. Otherwise, you may pay for this repeated action in the form of more pain and suffering. If you have a relationship that always seems to leave you in pain, then you may need to avoid this person if you are spiritually whole and they are not. By the same token, replicate the causes of success to master your destiny while continuously improving your habits, actions, and thinking. 39. The law of humility. Keep an open mind and keep faith in the universe. Put your spirit before ego. Meek is not weak, it is strong, confident, cooperative, and advantageous. Developing an honest appraisal of yourself can be healthy. You can always improve yourself, your credentials, your relationships, and your business. When somebody has hurt your feelings, said you were wrong, said no to you, or otherwise attacked you, it is best to analyze when possible and discuss the issue with another supportive person before retaliating. 40. The law of purity. Peace allows growth and focus. Clarity and concentration are primary keys to serenity. Being able to operate on a plane with singleness of mind can allow you to achieve great things. A person who cannot focus and achieve one thing at a time may never cross the finish line with any dream, goal, or aspiration. Overall, if you allow resentment, frustration, hate of another, or fear to dominate your thoughts, then your effectiveness will be diminished. Hard work is required to keep you focused on bettering yourself. Overall, your freedom, vitality, and wholeness depend on your effectiveness. 41. The law of balance. Enough emphasis cannot be put on the necessary balance between body, mind, and spirit. It sounds easy, but all people need to honor their bodies, improve their minds, and evolve their spiritual nature. Many organizations emphasize that when you are out of balance, you have placed too much energy and focus in only one area of your life. For example, you can work or exercise too much, both of which can harm your immune system, muscles, and daily regeneration process. 42. The law of visual affirmation. If you cannot paint the mental picture as clearly as you want, then try to use the material world to enhance your mind. Cut out pictures from magazines or books of the ideal things you want, and assemble them into a collage or on poster board. Rip out images of the home you desire, people having fun, distant places that you want to visit, or the lifestyle and types of relationships that you desire. This action can help you amalgamate the images to imprint them on your subconscious mind. View them daily and place them in a prominent place. Overall, imagine having these attributes or things in your quiet time. Sense the joy of living your dreams. The law of self-assessment. And for thousands of years, mystical and spiritual organizations have encouraged self-analysis, confession, atonement, and even restitution. This spiritual housecleaning can free the mind from guilt, shame, and even self-defeating thoughts. Forgiveness of others and the forgiveness of self is a very important process for self-actualization and personal effectiveness. The continuous development of character means letting go of habits that are not working for you anymore. When you prune the tree of dead branches, you make room for new growth. Holding on to old, counterproductive ideas and unneeded things can keep you from growth, spiritual flow, and expansion. You should take an inventory of mental ideas and material things, and eliminate those that create inconvenience, frustration, clutter, and resentment to allow freedom and harmony in your life. When you prune the tree, it allows for new growth. When you clear out your mind, it creates space for more good. 44. The law of peace of mind. Peace of mind transcends all material desires. Most philosophers define happiness as peace of mind. As we know, each of us has our own subjective version of what peace of mind would be. However, this peace would of course imply faith in a freedom from pain, ignorance, worry, mental misery, and self-destructive thoughts. Further, peace of mind is obtained by self-actualization. 45. The law of affirmations and meditations. It can be argued that many people are best served by learning to become silent and open to the universe. I believe that there are two types of affirmative personalities. One personality is best served with quiet communion with its higher self. The other is best served with affirmations and prayers that assist in changing their thoughts. One is active and the other is passive. A combination of both would be excellent, but many people focus on one system at a time. The law of seeking and natural. When you reach periods in your life when you are truly happy, it is probably because you are expressing yourself naturally on a level of spirit, relationships, creation, and livelihood. 47. The law of infinite growth. The world is overflowing with supply. As an example, the birds of the world can adapt, migrate, grow, and provide for themselves. There is a never-ending quantity of material and substance to create what is needed on this earth. If something ever becomes scarce, a more efficient substitute is prepared or invented. Ideas, creativity, and imagination have solved millions of challenges in just our lifetime alone. The universe is in a constant state of building, innovating, expanding, and creating, and we have the power to be part of that. Life is growth and is a series of changes. Being prepared for change is the key to peaceful transition. We should be continuously seeking life, spirit, and growth. 48. The law of change and resistance. Getting out of your comfort zone and taking some small action in the direction of your needs, wants, or desires can sometimes be the spark of creation. This spark can often create a whirlwind of activities, insights, ideas, and help from others. Types of resistance that inhibit your abundance, health, and connection with the spirit are resentment, jealousy, anger, judgment, criticism, hatred, greed, pride, and mental laziness. Other subtle resistance occurs when faced with change. It is better to adapt than to perish, while maintaining your unique qualities. 49. The law of magnetism. As for charismatic energy, the great American author Napoleon Hill implies that we all have many forms of inner energy, which includes our forces of magnetism and attraction, or sexual energy. Hill's years of research on the most successful people revealed this astounding secret. Thus, concentration is critical to focus all forms of your inner energy toward your goals, influence, leadership, and desires. If you are focusing your primary energies in scattered areas, you are in essence diffusing your power instead of harnessing it towards your goal. To prevent distraction, a practitioner must be able to transmute and direct all of his or her mental, spiritual, physical, and charismatic energy. 50. The law of living in the now. We must not live in the past or future. Sooner or later we must learn when to work, and when to enjoy life in its purest form. Find out what you love to do, master yourself, and then learn to both live and relax. During the day, try to remain contemplative in action. Yesterday is over, tomorrow is a possibility, and today is all we can affect with our energy and action. Do all you can today with excellence and awareness, and each day will add to the next. A consciousness of the now and the present will allow you to see the opportunities and beauty of your surroundings, and take advantage of ideas, potentialities, and events. Section 2. North, South, East, and West. The secret laws of power of the North. 1. The law of honor. What is honor? Being honorable involves your thoughts, words, and deeds. An honorable person is a person of belief, service, and charity whose self-control transcends all drama and hostility. 2. The law of fidelity. Principles are better than universalism. Being true to yourself and following your dreams leads to your happiness. We are all unique. We must make decisions, take positions, and take action. Sometimes we must choose sides. With that being said, we must be strategic with our decisions while also trying to intelligently foresee the consequences of each of our individual decisions. We should help those who are open to suggestion and seek to better themselves in an effort to become self-reliant and productive. 3. The law of hospitality and kinship. Hospitality is a word that implies helping our brothers and sisters. What is key to the concept of hospitality is loving our neighbors. Hospitality and kinship are better than alienation. By helping those who want to help themselves and by being of service to those who can't, we open the door for the universe to shower us with continued opportunity and gifts. 4. The law of vigor. Industriousness is better than lifelessness. As we know, doing 2 or 3 things per day effectively can create massive progress during a lifetime. If we can help ourselves and help others, our family and community also benefit and excel. 5. The laws of self-reliance. Freedom is better than servitude. We must learn to break free of overdependence, or being tied down to anything that can cause injury over the long term. We must make the best of ourselves from a standpoint of mind, education, health, body, spirit, and harmony. We become free to express ourselves naturally and effectively. Further, it is better not to interfere with others in their natural hunger to learn, grow, earn, succeed, and work. 6. The law of right livelihood. Having a labor of love can cause effectiveness and efficiency through enthusiastic work. Doing something that you believe in or selling a product that you have faith in can make any job much easier or even fun. Having fun with work is a divine right. 7. The law of courage. Courage is better than cowardice. Examples of courage include acting with boldness to help others, or even simply stepping up to your responsibilities. In today's world, perseverance implies taking action and not procrastinating. Without action, an idea cannot begin initial movement or obtain energy that it needs to manifest. 8. The law of integrity. Your integrity is part of your character. Character can be developed to provide the positive impression upon all those with whom you meet and interact. Do what you say you will do, and do it right the first time. People will soon recognize that you follow through on your commitments and that you are a person of strength, honesty, power, and trust. Further, this habit of following through with your obligations to yourself and others will drive you to be a very successful person. Avoiding things that are not a constructive use of your time will benefit all around you, and you will not engage in actions that do not improve your own life. 9. Truth and realism. Truth is better than dogmatism. What is the truth? Do we know the facts? Should we try to learn more? Do we have time to investigate? Do we need to take action? Is the meaning that we have attached to the truth destructive or constructive, or simply based on ego or delusional mind? Shall we take action immediately in the moment? The 8 laws of power from the East. 1. Right view. This means to see, understand, interpret, and believe the highest truth. It is simple to see things as misery and suffering. It is more noble to see life as a miracle and see beyond what the critical mind can see. The right view affords peace of mind, the ability to take action, and a sense of well-being. We eventually become what we think about all day, thus our views and how we focus our attention are extremely important. Thinking bigger ideas of abundance, health, love, and so on is a much greater force than negative ideas. Harmony leads to peace. Sometimes the right view is simply to do what is in front of us, one thing at a time, and do it right the first time. 2. Right intention. Intention is also similar to desire or purpose. If we are definite in our intentions and purpose, our dreams can unfold along the lines of our true path. Writing down our intentions is well enough, and has its effect, especially upon ourselves, in clarifying our vision and strengthening our faith, but it is not our oral or written petitions that get us what we want. In order to have abundance, we do not need a minute of prayer and concentration. We need to focus without ceasing during all hours, and by focus I mean holding steadily to your vision, with the purpose to cause idea creation into form. We can operate on a plane of mental harmony and goodwill, and we can flow constructively with life. It is better to not resist everything. We can allow life to unfold in conjunction with our constructive and faithful action. We can make the best of ourselves while in a state of well-being. Our highest truth is harmony, health, and success. 3. Right speech. Guard and craft your speech carefully. Never speak of yourself, your affairs, or of anything else in a sympathy-seeking or discouraging way. Never admit the possibility of failure, or speak in a way that implies disenchantment as a possibility. Never speak of life, career, or the economy as being hard, or of business conditions as being terrible. Times may be hard, and business is bad for those who are operating in a godless scramble within the competitive plane. You are a constructive creator. Your ideas help people. Your ideas do not take away from anyone. You can create what you want, and you are above fear. When others are having hard times and poor business, you will find your greatest opportunities. Right speech means the way you talk to others and to yourself. Train yourself to think and speak of life getting better and better with unlimited opportunities. Always speak in terms of advancement. To do otherwise is to deny your faith. 4. Right action. Every act is, in itself, either effective or inefficient. Every inefficient act is a failure, and if you spend your life in doing inefficient acts, your whole life may become a loss. The more things you do, the worse for you if all your acts are inefficient ones. On the other hand, if your every action is a success in itself, and if every act of your life is an efficient one, your whole life will be a success. The cause of failure is doing too many things in an inefficient manner without focus, and not doing enough things in an effective manner. You will see that it is a self-evident proposition that if you avoid inefficient acts, and if you do a sufficient number of efficient acts, you will harvest a richer and fuller life. Every action is either strong or weak, and when every one is strong, you are acting in the right way, which allows prosperity for you and your family. Every act can be made strong by holding your vision while you are doing it, and putting the whole power of your love, faith, gratitude, attention, and purpose into it. Further, our minds should facilitate ways and means to capture, receive, and harvest what life has to offer us, so that we can use it for our betterment and to help others as well. Never allow yourself to feel disappointed. You may expect to have a certain thing at a certain time, and not get it at that time, and this will appear as a loss. But if you hold to your faith, you will find that the failure is only apparent. Go on in the mindful way, and if you do not receive that thing, you will receive something so much better that you will see that the seeming loss was really a great success. 5. Right livelihood. Right livelihood means that one should earn one's living in a spiritual and joyous way. People should be able to follow their dreams and exercise their God-given talents in the form of livelihood and natural expression of their life force. Therefore, we should be able to feel work enjoyment while being rewarded for what we have given and produced for others. Right livelihood means creating win-win relationships and business dealings where everybody benefits while you use your divine gifts, talents, and labor. Your work is for the good of all involved, and everyone receives some type of increase and advancement in their lives for interacting with you. Before you become fearful of success, realize that poverty and self-sacrifice are not pleasing to God. Furthermore, trying to play tricks with karma will only lead to problems. And remember that extreme altruism is no better and no nobler than extreme selfishness. Both are mistakes. You need not entertain the thought of competition. You are to create, not to compete for what is already created. You do not have to take anything away from anyone. You do not have to cheat, obsessively bargain, or to take advantage in negotiations. You do not need to let any man work for you for less than he earns. You do not have to covet the property of others. No man has anything of which you cannot also achieve. You are to become a creator, not a competitor. You are going to get what you want, but in such a way that every other man will have more because of your actions. 6. Right effort. Right effort can be seen as a prerequisite for the other principles of the path. Without effort, which is in itself an act of will, nothing can be achieved, whereas non-definite effort distracts the mind from its task, and confusion may be the consequence. Thus, you must really desire prosperous effort in your life. The more clear and definite you make your picture of your objectives, the stronger your desire will be, and the stronger your desire, the easier it will be to hold your mental energy fixed upon the picture of what you want. Behind your clear vision must be the purpose to realize it, to bring it out in tangible expression. Right efforts and work mixed with confident expectation or faith will be alive with results. And behind this purpose must be an invincible and unwavering belief that the thing is already yours, and that you already have it in your mind. Thus, you need only to take possession of it mentally, and receive it with open arms in mind. Live in the new objective, mentally, until it takes form around you physically. No haste is required. However, we know effort is reduced by preparedness. Thus, being ready in your mind, body and spirit can enable seamless effort and flow of action. In the mental realm, enter at once into full enjoyment of the things you want. Whatsoever things ye ask for when ye pray, believe that ye receive them and ye shall have them, said the Great One. 7. Right mindfulness. Right mindfulness is the controlled and perfected faculty of cognition. It is the mental ability to see things as they are, with clear consciousness. Usually, the cognitive process begins with an impression induced by perception, or by a thought, but then it does not stay with the mere impression. A man's way of doing things is the direct result of the way he thinks about things. To do things in a way you want to do them, you will have to acquire the ability to think the way you want to think. This is the first step toward achieving abundance. To think what you want to think is to think the truth, regardless of appearances. Every man has the natural and inherent power to think what he wants to think, but it requires far more effort to do so than it does to think the thoughts that are suggested by surrounding appearances. To think according to the environment is easy. To think truth regardless of appearances is laborious, and requires the expenditure of vast energy, mental power, love, and faith. This is possible for you if you are willing to train yourself and allow yourself to grow along these lines. The more you can harmoniously focus your mind while imagining all of your goals' delightful details, the better. This will bring the universe in harmony with your highest good, which the universe must answer for you. Mindfulness also implies that we should be aware that others on this earth are here to help us and may offer assistance. We should be in tune with these opportunities that may come from many places in the form of other people seeking us out. 8. Right concentration. The eighth principle of the path, concentration, is described as one-pointedness of mind, meaning a state where all mental faculties are unified and directed onto one particular object. By thought, the thing you most sincerely desire is brought to you. By action you receive it. Hold concentration with faith and purpose. See the vision of yourself in the better environment. Act upon your present environment with all your heart, and with all your strength, and with all your concentration. Hold the vision of yourself with the right outcome or opportunity, with the purpose to get into it, and the faith that you will get into it, and are getting into it, but act in your present opportunity. Use your present situation or business as the means of getting a better one. Your vision of the right purpose or goal, if held with faith and purpose, will cause the universe to move the right opportunity toward you, and your action, if performed in the light of harmonious intention and concentration, will cause you to move toward the opportunity. See the things you want as if they were actually around you all the time. See yourself as owning and using them. Make use of them in imagination just as you will use them when they are your tangible possessions. Dwell upon your mental picture until it is clear and distinct, and then take the mental attitude of ownership toward everything in that picture. Take possession of it, in mind, in the full faith that it is actually yours. Hold to this mental ownership. Do not waver for an instant in the faith that it is real. And remember this about gratitude. Be thankful for your life and desires at all times as you expect to be when it has taken form. The man who can sincerely thank the universe for the things he owns only in imagination has real faith. he will have abundance and peace. He will cause the creation of whatsoever he wants. The present moment is the essence of your being. Your awareness can also be interpreted as your life force consciousness. Thus, existing in the moment while in harmony with the universe can be construed as peace of mind. Remaining contemplative in action is also part of being in the moment. Summary of the Eightfold Path. Becoming a warrior at true peace with yourself is the key. Bridging your actions to your spiritual mind and body is where focus, poise, effectiveness, and success emerge. To advance quickly, man must form a clear and definite mental image of the things he wishes to have, to do, or to become. And he must hold this mental image in his thoughts, while being deeply grateful to the universe, that all his highest needs and desires are granted to him. The man who wishes to have an abundant and prosperous life must spend his leisure hours in contemplating his vision, and in earnest thanksgiving that the reality is being given to him. Too much stress cannot be laid on the importance of frequent contemplation of the mental image, coupled with unwavering faith and devout gratitude. This is the process by which the impression is given to the universe, and the creative forces are set in motion. Your mind will then begin working with you to allow right attention, concentration, and livelihood on a level of love, harmony, faith, and gratitude. Defining your purpose in life or aiming towards specific outcomes while allowing them to unfold in higher and better ways will be where the spiritual miracles appear. Moreover, allowing your talents, true place, and right career to become part of your life will also be part of your journey ultimately. Intertwining your concentration, mind, speech, and view to your action will be the missing link of success. Combining the sharpened mind with action is where your daily results begin to add up and build momentum towards growth and expansion. Passages compiled from several authors with insights from Prof. Mentz and W.D. Wattles included. From the West, The Virtues of Benjamin. Benjamin Franklin sought to cultivate his character using a methodology of 13 virtues, which he developed at age 20 in 1726, and continued to practice his system in some form for the rest of his life. Franklin was a wise master, mystic, and member of various secret esoteric societies. 1. Temperance. Eat not to dullness, drink not to elevation. 2. Silence. Speak not but what may benefit others or yourself. Avoid trifling or frivolous conversation. 3. Order. Let all your assets have their places, let each part of your business have its time. 4. Resolution. Resolve to perform what you must do, perform without fail what you resolve. 5. Frugality. Make no expense but to do good to others or yourself, i.e., avoid waste. 6. Industry. Lose no time, be always employed in something useful, cut off all unnecessary actions. 7. Sincerity. Use no hurtful deceit, think innocently and justly, and if you speak, speak accordingly. 8. Justice. Wrong none by doing injuries or omitting the benefits that are your duty. 9. Tranquility. Be not disturbed at trifles, or at accidents common or unavoidable. 10. Cleanliness. Do not tolerate bad hygiene in body, clothes, or habitation. 11. Moderation. Avoid extremes. Forbear resenting injuries so much as you think they deserve. 12. Chastity. Rarely use venery but for health or offspring, never to dullness, weakness, or the injury of your own or another's peace and reputation. 13. Humility. Imitate Jesus Christ and Socrates. Success Secrets and Virtues of Pythagoras, The 12-Fold Path of the Pythagoreans. 12 Laws of Power from the South, Pythagorean Golden Verse References. Recently I came across a book called The Golden Verses of Pythagoras. The wisdom, virtues, and ethics of the Pythagoreans is profound as it is an authentic blend of Eastern and Western principles. As stated by the renowned mystic Manly Hall, the most famous of the Pythagorean fragments are the Golden Verses, ascribed to Pythagoras himself. The Golden Verses contain a brief summary of the system of philosophy forming the basis of the educational doctrines of the Pythagoreans of Crotona, or, as it is also known, the Italic school. These verses open by counseling the reader to love God, venerate the great heroes, and respect the spirit guides and elemental body forces. They then urge man to think carefully and industriously concerning his daily life, and to prefer the treasures of the mind and soul to accumulations of earthly goods. The verses also promise man that if he will rise above his lower material nature and cultivate self-control, he will ultimately be acceptable in the sight of the gods, be reunited with them, and partake of their immortality. 1. Right action. Engage no harm. Sec. 11. Do nothing evil, neither in the presence of others, nor privately. Se sic. 13. Observe justice in thy actions and in thy words. 2. Right regard. Love yourself like your destiny depends on it. Sec. 12. But above all things respect thyself. 3. Right planning. Se sic. 27. Consult and deliberate before thou act, that thou mayest not commit foolish actions. Se sic. 30. Never do anything which thou dost not understand. 4. Right speech. Sec. 28. For it is the part of a miserable man to speak and to act without reflection. 5. Right gratitude. Sec. 36. Avoid all things that will occasion envy. Se sic. 44. And if thou hast done any good, rejoice. 6. Right moderation. Sec. 35. Accustom thyself to a way of living that is neat and decent without luxury. Sec. 9. Know that all these things are as I have told thee, and accustom thyself to overcome and vanquish these passions. 10. First gluttony, sloth, sensuality, and anger. 7. Right reflection. Sec. 40. Never suffer sleep to close thy eyelids after thy going to bed. Sec. 41. Till thou hast examined by thy reason all thy actions of the day. 8. Right forgiveness. Sec. 7. Avoid as much as possible hating thy friend for a slight fault. 9. Right contemplation. Sec. 48. But never begin to set thy hand to any work, till thou hast first prayed the gods to accomplish what thou art going to begin. Se Sec. 45. Practice thoroughly all these things, meditate on them well, thou oughtest to love them with all thy heart. 10. Right view. Se Sic. 54. Thou wilt likewise know, that men draw upon themselves their own misfortunes voluntarily, and of their own free choice. Se Sic. 55. Unhappy that they are. They neither see nor understand that their good is near them. 11. Right thinking. Se Sic. 21. There are among men many sorts of reasonings, good and bad. Se Sic. 22. Admire them not too easily, nor reject them. Se Sic. 23. But if falsehoods be advanced, hear them with mildness, and arm thyself with patience. Se Sic. 24. Observe well on every occasion what I am going to tell thee. Sec. 25. Let no man either by his words, or by his deeds, ever seduce thee. Se Sic. 26. Nor entice thee to say or to do what is not profitable for thyself. 68. Make a just distinction of them, and examine all things well. 12. Right love and wisdom. Sec. 5. Of all the rest of mankind make him thy friend who distinguishes himself by his virtue. Se Sec. 18. Sextus. The foundation of piety is continence, but the summit of piety is the love of God. Pythagoras of Samos 580 BC 495 BC was an Ionian Greek philosopher, mathematician, and founder of the metaphysical spiritual movement called Pythagoreanism. In the 6th century BC, Pherecydes of Syros, the reputed teacher of Pythagoras and contemporary of Thales and Anaximander, born 610 BC, wrote a book about the birth of the gods and the origin of the cosmos. Considered one of the first prose works of Greek literature, Pherecydes' book survives only in fragments, while the teachings of Pythagoras permeate all scientific and spiritual boundaries. The Power Manifestation Process Summary. 1. Balance. What do you want most? Balance includes health, peace, wealth, freedom, independence, and the ability to respond to life. For any project to be a success, the person behind it must be healthy on spiritual, mental, and physical levels. 2. Growth and adaptation. Each of us has talents and a purpose. A desire or objective that already has our interest and enthusiasm will be much more achievable. Our natural expression is where we exist on a level of challenge, comfort, and excellence. Sometimes grace enters our life when we surrender to the possibility of change and innovation and move toward our true place. 3. Action abundance. Do you feel there is something better? Are you willing to take action and take responsibility for your life, today and in the future? Is your spirit calling to you to make advancement toward your joyous purpose? 4. Writing. Do you write out what you want? Do you take time out each week or month to quietly plan or meditate over your ideals, goals, purpose, or objectives? 5. Purpose and specificity. Each of us needs to clarify our desires, ideals, and thoughts. When is the last time you were really specific? When is the last time you asked another person for what you wanted and were willing to earn it? When was the last time that you articulated yourself to others in such a way that your passion and heart was in back of your clear and unequivocal desires? 6. Intention. Have you committed and made a request for something that you really want? What is the reason behind your desire? How will it serve humanity? How will you use the result? Are your commitments energized? Combining your emotions and purpose creates an optimal force for manifesting. 7. Goals and ambition. How would you define your ideal lifestyle? Most people never sit down by themselves or with their family to determine exactly what they would like to do. Each person's goals or peace of mind may be different and subjective. However, if we can spend some time to write out things that interest us, it always helps clear a path for greater focus, direction, or inspiration. 8. Blocks. What is blocking you? Have you taken responsibility for your life and choices? Transcend your excuses. Have you cleared away your mental debris of resentments or unnecessary fears? Example: discussing and getting closure on past problems, or getting past the word no and asking for help. 9. Meditate. Can you see or visualize improvement, adaptation, and manifestation in your mind's eye? Can you project upon your own mental picture screen the things you want in life? Can you project what you want in color, with sound, with detail, and even satisfying emotion? 10. Creativity. Do you have many ideas? Do you follow your dreams? Do you finish things? When do your creative ideas come to you? Can you induce creativity or intuition? 11. Fear. Sometimes getting past the possibility of failure can be overcome by planning for success, and even considering the worst that could happen so that you may have a contingency plan. 12. Protect energy. Keep your ideas to yourself and only discuss with experts and those who have supporting attitudes. 13. Livelihood. What makes you feel alive? What gives you joy? Can you associate your aliveness and joy toward your true place in life? Remember, there are a multitude of occupations that involve the creation things that help others. 14. Contemplation. Can you make affirmations, prayers, or petitions? Are you willing to think or speak to yourself about what you want from life? Why is I am important? When you say, I am healthy, whole, complete, and perfect, this means that the God in you is also perfect. The knowingness of this proclamation is very important. 15. Blueprint. The conscious and subconscious are connected. What we continually feed our conscious can influence our deeper ideas and beliefs. There are strategies to training your beliefs, and mapping and affirming are just some of these tools. 16. Mindful, spirit-backed concentration causes creation, that is, burning desire. 17. Belief, conviction with flexibility allows the universe to provide the best for you. 18. Action. Each task is part of a final result. Each action is a nucleus, or beginning to bring a plan to completion. We must take action in increments. We can compartmentalize our action and faith into each day. Some say focus on the now, and others say there are 24 hours in a day. Either way, using your plan to move step by step brings great power toward meeting your goals. We can also meditate or contemplate on completing each piece of the plan to move the plan forward. 19. Tuned in. Becoming open to cooperation and harmony can clear away the mental clutter, so that you can have proper thoughts, prayers, meditation, and atonement. Getting harmoniously connected to the creative source. 20. Effort and allowing. Many of us have experienced a situation where we resist a decision or process. There are ways to gather the facts, analyze a situation, see insight, and take action. Sometimes we can alter our mental state and become more in tune with flowing instead of fighting. Floating down a river provides a view, saves energy, and is the way of least resistance. 21. Agents of the universe. Other people from the world are sent to help us. When we are in tune with a higher purpose while having inner peace, our worldview and energy will attract people from around the world to help us. It is our duty to decide whether to engage them or meet them halfway. 22. Compensation. How will your dream help others? What good does it create for others? What is the value of it to all people? 23. Thanksgiving. Whatever we bless, we expand in our life. Whatever we are thankful for will also pour more freely into our world. Mental gratefulness also can augment our perception from scarce possibilities into a faith with unlimited opportunity. 24. Habits and patterns. If you have bad habits that are holding you back, you may already know what they are. Just thinking about the possibility of change is an improvement. Thinking about what it would be like without the bad habit, and with positive and freedom related to self-respecting thoughts, is a powerful exercise. This thinking creates constructive consciousness. 25. Circulation. It is best to give away things that you do not use anymore. Eliminate the clutter and donate old items to family or charity. Give a portion of your earnings to organizations that provide spiritual support for you or others that you love. Make room in your life for new things and advancement.